Yeah, should there be a bank holiday for the Easter Rising in 2016, seeing as there's one for the Queen's Jubilee? Surely this is only fair.
Jerry Kelly?
Yes.
Has it been raised around the executive table at Stormont, to the best of your knowledge?
Well, it may well have been. I don't know where it would have got. It wasn't. I don't think it was raised while I was there. But yes, of course. We are talking about a shared society. We're talking about partnership. We're talking about all of that. There are Republicans and nationalists who have a view of things that should be respected in the same way as issues which affect the unionist and pro-British section of our community should do.
Okay. Jim Allister?
Absolutely not. There's no comparison between the Diamond Jubilee of our sovereign in the United Kingdom and some foreign grubby failed rebellion 100 years ago in some other place. So there's nothing to celebrate about that other than its failure.
Well, not for you maybe, but maybe for Jerry Kelly.
But you know, if they want to celebrate it, if that's the right word, in the Republic of Ireland where it happened, not in Northern Ireland. You know, in Northern Ireland, we do have something we should be celebrating this year with a public holiday, and that is the centenary of the Ulster Covenant, which was part of the building blocks of Northern Ireland. When it was the 50th anniversary, there was a public holiday in Northern Ireland to mark it. But under DUP Sinn Féin rule, there will be no public holiday this year to mark the centenary, but no doubt there are moves afoot to try and get a public holiday to celebrate the 1916 Rising. I must say I utterly repudiate the comparison between that and the Jubilee or anything else which was essential to the creation of Northern
You can't
Ireland.
seriously be telling me that you think everything that you agree with should be celebrated and everything you disagree with shouldn't be celebrated.
I think that That's not what I'm saying.
Well, it is what you've just said.
I'm saying, as part of the United Kingdom, we celebrate the Diamond Jubilee of our sovereign. If there's another country which thinks there's some important event in their history, such as the 1916 Rising, then they can celebrate it for as long and in whatever manner they choose.
Okay. Deirdre Heenan?
Well, I think Jim's answer and Jim's attitude highlights why we need to think very carefully about the very important commemorations that are coming up over the next number of years and how we're going to deal with them and how we deal with them in a way that respects diversity and different communities within Northern Ireland. And to refer to something as grubby and all that kind of derogatory language does not move us forward one iota.
Sammy Wilson?
Well, I think that we do have to make a distinction between things which pertain to the United Kingdom and events which may be important to Republicans in Northern Ireland, but which actually pertain to another country. And if we're going to have days in which we set aside for celebration, then they should be pertinent to our own country. I mean, the Americans celebrate the 4th of July, but we don't, and a lot of Americans here, a lot of American connections, we don't expect it to be a public holiday here. The same as Bastille Day in France. That's an important day for the French, and the Queen's Jubilee is an important, our anniversary is an important event in UK history.
Yeah, but the Irish are not as foreign as the French or the Americans, are they, in Northern Ireland?
But nevertheless, the 1916 Rising is something which is pertinent to the history of another sovereign country which happens to share the same island as we do, if they wish to celebrate it in a certain way. And indeed, if people in Northern Ireland who feels an affiliation there wish to have it celebrated, I am sure they can think of appropriate ways in which that can be done. I personally would not take the view that they should not have the right to celebrate it, but I don't think it should be given the same status as something which is of national importance to the UK and the UK alone.
Okay, but how significant is it that Martin McGuinness has said the executive will consider a proposal from Peter Robinson to make a gift to mark the Queen's Diamond Jubilee? He doesn't seem to be averse to that suggestion.
No, he doesn't. I mean, I think that when people, we've heard earlier on, people talking about, is there no vision in Northern Ireland? I mean, Peter Robinson equally, of course, has sought ways of reaching out to the nationalist and the Republican community to try and show that we want to work our way forward, and has taken some symbolic steps to do that. And I hope that Martin McGuinness will reciprocate the actions which Peter Robinson has undertaken as well.
David McGuinness?
Now, obviously, to wade into this as a Southern, but I'm interested in Jim because you already celebrate something that happened in a foreign country called the Battle of the Boyne. You've just said to me it was the same country then, but in 1916...
Battle of the Boyne.
Hold your hour a second. In 1916 it was the same country then too.
Yeah. The battle
So,
of,
you know, what do you want?
But David, it's a bit of
the battle
What
of
I'm
the
saying is if
Boyne.
you want to get into the politics of insults and slurs, anyone can do it.
No,
It doesn't bring you forward
Sorry,
at all.
the point about the Battle of the Boyne is it was of European significance. It was of particular... Yes, it
So was
was. Anyone who
1916.
knows their history will know it was of European significance. And it
Europe
was,
you so love.
It was particularly of significance to the formation and the constitutional formation of this United Kingdom, because at the same time flowed the Bill of Rights and everything else upon which the Constitution of the United Kingdom is built.
Okay,
so
but
it is
but you
seminal
take David
and it is-
McWilliam's broad point, don't you? That it's a little bit more complicated than maybe you suggested in your first answer.
Well, I'm simply saying that there's nothing for me to celebrate in a 1916 rising in another place.
No,
other than
but
to
it's not.
celebrate that it
But,
failed.
but with respect, it's not about you celebrating it. It's about allowing other people who want to celebrate it on the same basis that you want to celebrate what you
No,
do want to
you're
celebrate.
saying to
That's
me-
the point.
If you're saying to me that a rebellion by Irish rebels, akin to the murderous activities of the IRA, should be celebrated in Northern Ireland, then I'm sorry. I don't agree.
I think
that
Jim
that is
tells
right.
us all we need to know when he says there's nothing for him to celebrate. This is not about you. This is about the future.
I'm the one that been